नमस्ते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिया नीलाचला निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री
श्री
अद्वैत
अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So we're reading for Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, text number 49. As a sleeping person acts according to the body manifested in his dreams and accepts it to be himself, so one identifies with his present body, which he has acquired because of his past release or release activities, actions, and is unable to know his past or future lives. Hari Bol. So it's continuation of the purport. Here Srila Prabhupada is saying that according to the association with the material modes of nature, goodness, passion and ignorance, a living entity gets a particular type of body. This is from the 13th chapter, I think 22nd shloka, Bhagavad Gita. Purusha prakruto sthohi bhungte prakriti jar gunan karanam guna sangasya sad asad yoni janmasu. This shloka is very important in Gita because next few chapters is like elaboration of this shloka. 14, 15, 16, even 17 also. Purusha Prakriti Stoi. Purusha means is addressed to the conditioned souls, living entities. The next chapter is, I think, 14th chapter name is what? Modes of material nature, yes. So this shloka says that the conditioned soul, he thinks himself as a Purusha, independent enjoyer, and then he thinks that this Prakriti is subordinate to me and I can manipulate this Prakriti, material nature. Prakriti is considered female and Purusha is considered is male, or the enjoyer, and Prakriti means enjoyed. So this material nature is made up of the dead matter. Bhumi rapo nalo vayu khamma buddhi revach. These material elements are non-living, and the Purusha is living personality. So he thinks that I can manipulate this material nature for my own enjoyment. With enjoying mentality, forgetting his own real nature of Sachidananda, he has this tendency to lord over this material nature, got it, controlling and enjoying this material nature by gratifying one's senses. And this false identification of himself with this material nature, rather with the body which is avoided by material nature. He is trying to enjoy this material nature, because to enjoy this material nature you need this material body. So Purusha, who has got this enjoying mentality separate from Krishna, he comes to this material world wandering around this material world, exploring this material world. Just like Bhagavatam 5th canto says, sometimes a merchant goes into the forest and he sees, oh, such nice place, nobody is there. I can get lot of wood from here. I can get honey. I can get many things in the forest, cheap commodities. I can sell in the market and earn a lot of profit because nobody is here. Proprietor seems to be like that. There are so many things which can be found in the forest, right? Sometimes people think I can sell off these things. I can enjoy money. Similarly, conditioned soul comes to this world and he says nothing is nobody's looks here. Everything is freely available. So let me try to grab as much as possible and I can enjoy like this. Purusha Prakriti Sohi Bhungte. Bhungte means enjoys. And he needs in the, just like you want to enter in the water, you need a different sort of a uh, situation than you live on the land. In the water you cannot breathe naturally. You need oxygen if you are going. So you have to put oxygen cylinder. Similarly, the water may go into your ears. You put something, block your ears, right? And then you have to protect yourself so that other aquatics don't attack you. So all these arrangements, then you can go enter inside the water. Similarly, a soul comes to this material world, then he needs something, some vehicle to move around this place. Just like I remember many years back, we went to some place, doers or something like that, where there is a forest. Some devotees thought, let us go to the forest visit. So when we had to enter into forest, then in the gate of the forest, government, it was protected by the government. Abhayaranya. Forest is only, but there is a government is protecting the wildlife inside. Then they said, if you want to enter, you cannot enter like this. You have to have a different vehicle and a driver house. Sit in that, and through that you can see around. So we are going in that vehicle to find out some wildlife scene. Because we could not see anything there. Because it depends on one's whatever luck or like that. You can go throughout the forest where you find animals. But to protect, then you have to have this, or to explore, or to go inside, you need some vehicle. So similarly, when you come to this material world, to move around and enjoy this material nature, you need this material body. This material body is avoided by illusory energy, Maya. It says, take this body. Just like car is given to you to move around in the forest. And then forest is not a safe place. Similarly, this material world is not a safe place. Forest of material enjoyment. This chapter is very appropriate. That everybody in this world is moving around with the enjoying mentality in risky place. One devotee was telling, he stays in this not near Vrindavan, what do you call it? Sundarban. Sundarban forest in Bengal. You heard about Sundarban? So from Calcutta you have to go towards this, what do you call it? Harbor. Some harbor is there, no? Diamond Harbor side. You have to go from there. And there is a wildlife there. There are white tigers, I think. Crocodiles in the water, Ganga. And many things are there like this. So he was saying that some people from the villages, they go in the forest to get honey, because a lot of honey is there inside forest. So they think that I can get free of cost honey and sell it off. Honey is very costly, na? 300 rupees, 400 rupees kilo. It is freely available. So they go. But then they are going for honey and a tiger is going for hunting. And tiger also knows that people come to take honey here. So the man is going on the climbing on a tree to get honey and tiger is waiting somewhere around. He says sometimes these people are killed by a tiger. So like that, in the material world, nothing is freely available. Everything has all those risk factors. But one thing is I can get this honey and I can get money by selling honey and then I can enjoy other pleasures. So like that you'll find in the forest there are so many such kind of risks are there. Bhagavatam 5th canto very nicely describes exactly this material world is like a forest. It describes the various entities and compare it to the various dangers of this material world. Like one is harassed by sometimes these mosquitoes and the other bugs. Similarly, in material world, one is harassed by the sometimes government agents like income tax officers and like that. They give always troubles. So it compares parallels of how forest is dangerous and the material world's dangers. Still, the person who has got this enjoying mentality accepts all kinds of risk in this material world to get these material pleasures. And one cannot understand his own real nature in such forgetful state. As mentioned here, that's just like someone who in a dream forgets his present body and is identifying in the dream with something else. Although one is sleeping, he is not aware that he is sleeping. Then only dream becomes some experience, realistic experience. In dream sometimes one gets a nightmare and some tiger is chasing, or sometimes in dream one becomes bankrupt, or sometimes in dream one has a quarrel with someone. So all those situations one undergoes great sufferings. Sometimes hardly there are dreams which give enjoyment. Most of the time suffering only, troubles. But interesting point here mentioned is that in dream you forget about the present body and identify completely with that material body of a dream. That is also body, one thing. Sometimes one is flying in the air, sometimes one is some other form you get in that. So that shows that just like in dream we forget the present body and identify with the dream body. Although dream is, you say, is imagination, it's not imagination, it is actually a realistic experience for the soul on the subtle platform. Subtle platform, in dream, many things are happening and many things are not in your control in the dream. Something else is controlling also. Many times dreams are is controlling, Maya is controlling through the mind. And sometimes in the dreams one gets very, very painful experience. That is also reaction of one's some sinful activities. It can be bad dreams. So by this you can understand, similarly we are identifying with this material body. This whole life is like a long dream from the spiritual point of view. Here we are creating so many things. Just like in dream also you can create. Like once there was one potter man. This one makes pots. Kumar, once he made lot of pots. He got lot of mud and earth, made so many pots, and he baked them nicely. And then by seeing so many pots, he was dreaming. Now I'll sell all these pots. So he was resting near the pots, and then he was dreaming. I am going to the city with all these pots, and I got a very nice market price. I sold all these pots, I earned a lot of money. Then I came back, you know, and then with this money I made more pots. Business increased, and I became very rich. Then got married. And I got a good wife. So like that he was dreaming, and in dream then his wife was not listening to him. So he became angry on wife. He took a stick to beat. And in a dream he took a stick in dream only. Realistically he took a dream stick, and he started beating, and when he got up he saw that all his pots were broken. Sometimes it happens, na? In dream you do something half sleep. Sometimes people walk in half sleep only, go sometimes. One devotee was saying that in temple, one devotee got slept in morning, just Mangalarti was about to start, so then somebody woke him up. Prabhuji, now Mangalarti time. So he was very tired. So he wound up all his mosquito nets and everything in bedding, and he went to the Brahmacharya ashram. And then he slept in Brahmacharya ashram. He was very tired, so he did not go for Mangalarti. And later on, he got up and he took bath and everything, and he came. Then he was sharing with this devotee. Some miracle happened, he said. I slept yesterday in temple hall and I got up in the Brahmacharya ashram. I don't know how it happened like this. So this devotee told, actually I woke him up in the morning. And then he took your folded out everything, and then he went. He said, really, I don't remember only when I got up and I took all these things. But I remember yesterday night I slept in temple hall and I got up here in Brahmacharya ashram. So it happens sometimes that you are so much in sleep that you don't remember what you are doing also. You are awake, half sleep, awake. So like that, this potter in a dream, he became angry on his wife, dream wife, not real wife. He had not. And then he took a stick, real stick he took, and he started in dream beating, but he was actually, hitting all the pots he had prepared in dream. And when he got up, actually, and he saw the hot pots were broken. This is how the material world is, actually. We make so many dreams, so many ideas, now I got this, I got that. In present life, our accumulation of all those things is like the dream only. It's real things, it's realistic, but from our real identity point of view, it's like a dream. Because we are identifying with this material body. And for one lifetime, we keep on gathering so many things, hoping that I will live forever like this, and then the dream ends. What happens? Not dream ends in a body ends, life ends. And then you get up again in another body. So death means basically it's forgetfulness. Just like in a dream or in sleep means you forget present body. And when you get up again you forget the dream. Similarly, we don't remember past life. Again you start identifying with the present life so much. We identify with our parents, our relatives, our bank balance, our properties so much. What about previous life parents? Sometimes when we take to Krishna consciousness, we have great difficulty in India especially to deal with parents who are not sometimes favorable. But because we have attachment for them, it becomes very difficult. We think that they are all in our lives. Of course, we should be grateful to them whatever they have given. But what about the previous life parents? If we really are feeling for somebody, then why we don't feel for previous life parents? They were also there. Every lifetime we get fire. Prati janme mata pita paaye. Guru Krishna nahi paaye. Guru Krishna nahi mile, bhaja Hari paaye. Aisa bhaja Hari hai. Worship Lord Hari. You will not get Hari and Guru every lifetime. But we don't take very seriously Krishna consciousness, but we take seriously the relationships. in the material world over our Krishna consciousness. Mm. But then, what is the result of that? When this dream ends, then we get another dream, next life, another dream state you go. So that's why, from the spiritual point of view, we are all sleeping, and we are just entering from one dream to another dream, one sleep from another sleep. And therefore, the Shastra says, get up, wake up from this dream state. Uttishta, Jagrata, Prapya Varan, Nibodhita. That you get up from this sleep state. What is the sleep? Forgetting your own identity as spiritual soul, forgetting your real life in spiritual world, forgetting your real guardian parents rather than Krishna. We are identifying with something exactly like we identify in dream, something else than what we are now. So Prabhupada said, just like a dream state means you forget, sleep means you forget, sleep means forgetting. Similarly, death also is you forget for a long time. All your previous life, no remembrance. And then what you get in the next life is based on what you have done in this life. But you are not able to understand this. That why I have received particular situation, particular birth, particular kind of body is present is because of this previous our release or release activities. So this is science. So because of this, just like sleep, one is in ignorance. Similarly, one who is in ignorance is unable to understand his previous life or future life. And they keep on simply arguing that how can I say that next life is there or previous life is there, because of ignorance. That ignorance is also sometimes called, is coming because of the false ego, false identification. By associating with these material modes of nature, one is covered over with this ignorance and passion. And in this passion and ignorance, one is unable to understand things as they are. Understanding things as they are means we are not able to appreciate the spiritual realm because our mind is overly absorbed in the present life. We don't appreciate Krishna is there, Vaikuntha is there. We don't have that faith. Otherwise, what we need to do is simply absorb in Krishna consciousness. Why we get carried away by so many other things of this material world? Because those are very great priority for us. Because of identification. Identifying of material body and body relationships. No, we are overwhelmed with those things. But if somebody is actually spiritually awakened, then he will see everything as a dream, whatever we are undergoing in this material world. And therefore that naturally leads to renunciation. Completely focusing our attention to go back to Krishna. That is actually true renunciation. And then dealing with this material world just for the sake of just maintaining this material body, as long as the body is there. But in a very advanced stage, you don't care for your body also, because you understand that everything is taken care by this Krishna's arrangement in this material world. You don't need to do that. Kalena sarvatra gabir ramhasa. Narad Muni says to Vyasadeva that in this world, this whole material nature is like a big organization. He is taking care of everyone according to his own previous past karmic actions. The sukh and dukh is supplied. The happiness and misery is accordingly given. You cannot do much changes in that. One who is a Brahmana in mode of goodness, he can see those things very clearly. Therefore, he becomes very relaxed, in a sense, peaceful. He is not much concerned, bothered about his own maintenance in this material world. Rather, he is very active in spiritual advancement. How I can make progress and purify myself and go back to the spiritual world. His mind becomes completely free. Otherwise, one is overwhelmed with this material world. Unnecessary works are very, very hard. You find in Kali Yuga people more become uh, godless. They'll find more they will be working hard unnecessarily in passion. And more uh, they will also become lazy spiritually like that. That's the nature of this material world. One keep on working very, very hard for even just uh, just to maintain this material body, which is not required according to Shastras. Prahlad Maharaj gives simple logic. He says, you get misery without endeavors. Why you are endeavoring for getting happiness? That also will come without endeavoring. Tallabhyate dukhya vadannata sukham. Kalena sarvatra gabirramsa. You don't endeavor for misery, it comes to you. Similarly, if you don't endeavor, happiness also will come automatically. You see it, observe it. That's how the material nature is organized. Whatever quota of happiness is there in your life, it will come. Prahlad Maharaj says, Narad Muni says also, same things. Prahlad Maharaj says, na, to his friends, what he says? Same thing. Same thing he says. Sukham aidyakam tatya dehena yoginam, I said. So it's something like this. That one gets sukha just like one gets dukkha. So therefore don't endeavor much in the material world. This is Vedic civilization. Vedic civilization means don't work hard just for getting material pleasures. Rather, keep your life simple. But don't be lazy also. Endeavor to make spiritual advancement. If we are not making spiritual advancement, then material nature will engage us to work hard more and more. That's how the material nature is arranged. So more people will go away from Krishna, they will work more unnecessarily. So here Srila Prabhupada is saying that one has to be a Brahmana, and Brahmana can understand his previous life and his future life based on the authority of the scriptures. And then by following right path, one can get realizations also about it. Not just theoretical knowledge. One is convinced about it, one realizes, and one can know also about it, if required. Just like Prabhupada is saying here, there is a scripture called Bhruga Samhita. Bhruga Samhita, if you go, they have written. Or rather, they can consult Bhruga Samhita and tell you who you were in the past life. You don't have to tell anything to them. They will tell your name, your father's name, grandfather's name, everything about you. And then they will tell you the past life also. And they will tell you future life also. Based on how you are behaving now. Simple to understand. Like sometimes somebody you see, observe, a drunkard. You can tell what he's going to do. If you keep in the room where wine is kept and hundreds of bottles of juices are kept, you can also predict, right? Somebody is drunkard and there are mango juice, there is a pineapple juice, and there is so many lemon juice are kept in the room, and there is a wine kept. And if you are asked what he will choose, of course he will choose liquor because he is drunkard. So similarly, these predictions are not curtailing our freedom. Predictions means how you are behaving, based on that what you are going to do in the future also is told. So this science is there, astrology or the Bhrugu Samhita talks about the previous life and next life also. There is even book called Bhrugu Samhita which reveals information about one's past present and future lives according to the astrological calculations. Somehow or other, one must be enlightened about his past, present, and future. One who is interested only in his present body and tries to enjoy his senses to the fullest extent is understood to be engrossed in the mode of ignorance. Just like a goat, you'll find goat is a very dull animal. You've seen sometimes goats, on the road, on meat shop is there, and there are cut goats sometimes hanging, and the other goat is next to that eating grass. It sometimes you go, seen in the road going towards Mayapur, so on the way our vehicle was standing, we saw that goats are eating, and they are very peaceful. They don't feel anything about it. They don't see that my also situation will be like this. And sometimes they are tired also, because there is no grass around here and there. They think only grass I can get here. If I run away from this, I will die out of hunger. How will I enjoy this? Such a nice grass. So this is situation of everyone in this material world. They are as absorbed into enjoyment so much that they cannot think about the life without this particular situation. And that's why the ignorance, those who are too much absorbed in enjoying these bodily pleasures, then they go into deep ignorance. They cannot think about next life, previous lives, all these things. Kali Yuga people, because they are bombarded with senses, sense objects, and they are kept always in enjoying these sense pleasures, they are completely ignorant about their next life and past life. Now that they are interested also, they are not interested also, all these things. Just like a goat is also not interested to know much about. Right now I am enjoying. What is the problem? Although there is so much suffering within enjoyment also, but little bit enjoyment keeps one so much engrossed into ignorance that they don't think the spiritual life is very important in their lives. But when come to the mode of goodness, then he sees actually the proper knowledge, sukham and jnanam. This seeing of an ignorant person is not seeing because he doesn't believe in what he is seeing also. He is not able to think. He sees so many people are dying, or rather the other goats are hanging. Still he thinks that I am not going to die. Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti yamalayam sheshasthavar icchanti. Kim ashcharyam. This is the greatest wonder in this material world, Yudhishthira Maharaj said, is that everybody sees that people are dying. Not only old people die out of old age, but even young people, friends, relatives, people around them are dying. But everyone thinks out because of influence of Maya that I am not going to die. I am going to continue forever like this. And therefore they don't think about spiritual life because of such mentality. Although sometimes in Smashan, somebody dies, people become little serious for some time. Oh, ultimately there is nothing in this world. Sometimes people talk. Nowadays people don't talk that also. But generally people, Smashan Vairagya, and people go there, they realize that one day I will also be like this. And then they discuss, actually कुछ है नहीं ultimately दुनिया में, सब कुछ तो छोड़ना एक दिन. So they talk philosophy for half an hour, 1 hour, till the body is burning. And when they come out of Smashan, that is Vairagya is gone. Otherwise they discuss, now we should do something like this, we should do like that. We should not be attached anything to this material world. We should not be behind money. They talk such philosophies, and they apparently looks like they have become very renounced. In India especially, everyone knows about this. But this is called Smashana Vairagya. They get Vairagya, but only in Smashan. And they come out, then there is completely forget God. So spiritual life is not just theoretical knowledge or smashana vairagya type of things. Spiritual life means to realize all these things by grace of Krishna with prayers and with sincere practices. We don't need so much of bookish knowledge. We need sincere practice. That's why Prabhupada says that this chanting holy name of the Lord sincerely, that will lead to realization of Krishna. You don't need so much even to just analyze the things. Many times Prabhupada says, if you are not able to do anything else, just chant Hare Krishna sincerely, and you will get purified by this. You can go back to Godhead. Of course, if you have intelligence God, then we should study scriptures. But we should not study just to gather the knowledge and just get some entertainment. Study should be done with the same spirit to purify our heart. That is the most important purpose. But in the world, there are so many distractions like this. People get into some fields, astrology, Ayurveda, grammar, poetry, music, and then you get lost. Start enjoying that, and then you don't feel the urge to get self-realization, God realizations. That creates such a strong illusion. Janma Ishwarya Shuti Shibir Edamana Padapman. Yes, I know it very well. But that strong urge to actually purify our existence doesn't come in the heart because of all this pride coming out of these things. So that also goes in dream state. So somehow or other, one who is interested in only, one is somehow or other one must be enlightened about his past, present and future. One who is interested only in the present body and tries to enjoy his senses to the fullest extent is to be understood, engrossed in the mode of ignorance. His future is very, very dark. Indeed, the future is always dark for one who is grossly covered by ignorance. Especially in this age, human society is covered by the mode of ignorance, and everyone therefore thinks that his present body is to be everything without consideration of past or future. When we become proud, we think that this is all I. I am intelligent, I am wealthy, I am powerful, I am influential. But what is the guarantee? Next life you will not have anything. When this body is taken away, next life whose guarantee I can be so much intelligent, I can have so much of money, I can have so much powers, whatever I have. Everything can be taken away. There is nothing in this world to be proud of. Rather, one should be concerned about all this. Whatever I have, are they utilized in service of God properly? That will make us free. And 10% everything what we have is utilized in Krishna's service, then you only become free. Otherwise, this thing become bondage, covering our soul because of false pride. Edamana adappuman. Naivarakte vidatum vaitam akinchana gocharam. Krishna is the property of those who come to this realization that all these things are not my property. These are Krishna's property. My intelligence, my body, my mind, everything is my house. Akinchana. This realization comes only by sincere spiritual practices. When heart is completely purified of envy, greed, pride, illusion, anger, then one can see the things as they are. That nothing belongs to me in this world. Ishavase vidam sarvam. There is no question of becoming proud. Naturally, one becomes humble. He sees the grace of God everywhere in this life. All these things I have been given by the grace of God. Why should I boost myself, become proud? Why should I try to impress other people? It's Krishna's grace I have received all these things. And it's a great responsibility to utilize back in Krishna's service. But if I boost myself with this, I am so great, then Maya will play with us, life after life. Then work hard to get those things of Maya, and when you lose them, we lament. This is what is going on in this material world. Hankering, hard work, and then losing, lamentations. But one who comes to realizations, then you become free from all these botherations. No shochatina kankshati. And then you are always enthusiastic to serve Krishna at that stage. Okay. Any questions? Because everything depends on Bhagavan, unborn. Why doesn't one please Bhagavan to receive a better body? Prabhupada is questioning. The answer is Agyas, Tamasa. Because of gross ignorance, one who is in complete darkness cannot know his past, present, what his past life was, what his next life will be. He is simply engrossed in his present body. Like animal. Okay, any questions? Huh.
ऐसा करते हैं सर, क्या है भगवान का नाम इतना पावरफुल होता है कि अगर हम केवल उसको लेते हैं और साधु सेवा करते हैं वैष्णव सेवा करते हैं वैष्णव कर सकते हैं ऑटोमेटिकली हार्ट प्यूरिफाई हो जाए ऐसा हो जाए बट सिंसियरिटी लेवल करने का उसमें क्या क्या ऐसे बोला जाता है उसका पावरफुल है कि ऑटोमेटिकली हो जाए तो मतलब सोचते हैं कि अब नाम क्लियर है करने ऑटोमेटिकली जो प्यूरिफाई हो जाएगा चल रहा है और उसमें इंडिया का सिक्योरिटी हो सकता है
See, the holy name has a potency. It can purify in 1 second also. If one pure holy name is chant, then you are liberated from this material world. But why we are not able to chant one holy name? Because our situation is like Bhaksan Thakur gives this example of a marriage party. Bridegroom, they wanted to cross a big river and reach to the marriage ceremony next morning. So some other they were late and then they had to travel in the night. So they told boatman that you make sure that we are reaching next day morning till to the destination. Boatman said, yes, you don't worry, you take rest. I am going to row the boat throughout the night. Then what happened? He was rowing. And people were sleeping. Next day morning they got up and they saw the boat was same place. And he was still rowing. And what happened? You slept in the night? We are in the same place? Boatman said, no, I am throughout the night I am rowing. And then they saw that he forgot to take out the anchor. The boat is tied to something, na? So that anchor was not taken out. So he was just rowing. So similarly, when we are practicing spiritual life and maintaining our material desire attachment, our spiritual practice actually don't become very strong, in a sense that they don't take us ahead because we are still holding on the material things in our lives, material attachments. So even if we are chanting holy name, Prabhupada says a person who is proud of his own material intelligence or his wealth, Janma, Aishwarya, Shruti, Shivir, such a person cannot chant Krishna's name with feelings. Even if he is chanting, it will not be coming from the heart. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mishame. Where I am fallen? You don't see I am fallen. because there is a pride in the heart. One cannot chant with the feelings, Hey Krishna, Hey Govinda, please kindly deliver me from this material world. Because mind is absorbed in the material things so much, this prayer will not come out. Draupadi, she was also thinking, my husband will protect, these people will protect. She, when is chanting in the beginning, she was still having that all these things, I can protect myself. It's an example to show us that when she chanted from the heart, understanding that nothing is going to help me in this material world, my situation is very, very dangerous. Gajendra also like that. When he chanted with the completely heart, from the heart, till that time he was thinking, I can fight myself and get the things done. Why I need God in my life? He was proud of his own strength. He was not able to see that his strength is coming from Krishna. He is my separate. So we are told to endeavor sometimes not with the separatist mentality. Understanding it's Krishna has given me. While endeavoring, I should be grateful and still depend on Krishna that this endeavor is not sufficient. It's necessary but not sufficient criteria. And this endeavoring also is done with a gratitude in the heart and understanding that it is like a sparrow trying to take out the water from the ocean, just to feel ourselves connected to Krishna more. Then one will find, as Gajendra called out, Krishna came immediately. As Draupadi called out, Krishna came. She called out from the heart, raising her hands up. Nothing can help. Fully she was not fearful. She was completely at that time connected to Krishna in her heart. So that is what is required. Our endeavors, they are coming from the heart, then the Krishna's mercy immediately can burn all this material existence. But we need to recognize that we are not able to do it. Therefore, this whole practice is that to somehow or other one day reach to that stage. So that we are trying to take out our mind from the material absorption. Ena kena prakarena mana Krishna nivesha. If one is able to take out and fully absorb in Krishna in 1 second, finish, you can free from this material world. It can happen. That is the power of the holy name and Krishna's grace. But because we are still clinging on those things, our attachments, we cannot chant from the heart. So we are trying to get rid of those things slowly. And one can examine also that in one's own life, how much I am being attached. So both things are required. One is you are sincerely endeavoring, then gradually all these attachments will slowly get rid of it when you are endeavoring. In one lifetime, Prabhupada said, when you endeavor sincerely, gradually there will be advancement, so that you can finish in one lifetime business. If one is relaxed and thinking, let me just explore this material world more, and then you can see present our chanting also is not very effective. So much mind is wandering, and we are not feeling also. Do something about it. Because of too much absorption in material things, the spiritual practices become very shallow and mechanical. Then the progress becomes even more slow. Prabhupada said, if you are not chanting attentively your rounds, or any time one can fall victim to Maya. So more you go away from the right association, you will find spiritual practices will become very lethargic. And therefore the progress also is very slow. But the power of the holy name is can, if somebody sincerely does it, in 1 minute, one can become free from all things. Of course, we should not be imaginary like this sahajas, now I have become free. Not like that. genuinely becoming free from all this material existence, ajamila, he became so sincerely absorbed in gratitude for what happened in his life. And he became so much disgusted at what he did in his past life. And he did not want to continue that kind of lifestyle. He became fully absorbed after that in Krishna's service. It is said that he was already purified by that incident, but he practiced 12 years to develop the bhakti in his heart for Vishnu, so that he can go back to Godhead. Here 12 years he practiced bhakti, and by sincerely practicing bhakti he became absorbed in Krishna more and more. So ena mana Krishna nivesh tasmat kena upayana mana Krishna niveshe. Even though we are given opportunity for liberation, but still because of our clinging to the material attachments, we again want to enjoy those things also, and then we are not able to come out of this. It will not happen that way automatically. Automatically in the sense that you have to take initiative also. Then you will find miracle happening. Initiative is taken. The swacheshtitam word is used very much. Swacheshtitam means one has to put his full efforts to take shelter of Krishna. And that's why it's very much depends on that inspiration. And because of our false pride, and because of our false identification, we are not able to put heartily efforts into this. That is the whole problem. Otherwise, Krishna can miraculous way can. So reciprocal. Krishna is ready to give you full help, but then if you are hanging on those things, it doesn't work like that. We are all conscious beings. When you say not no to all these things, just only Krishna. Mamekam Sharanam. We have two legs. We have here also, there also. Okay, this works fine. Otherwise, I have so many other things to do in my life. That's why Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Ekeha Kurunandana. Focused. One is fully focused in receiving the blessings and mercy of the Lord and endeavoring. That means one is not diverting his attention to anything else. Constant, sincere practice, absorption, prayers. That is what our endeavor is, basically. Endeavor is means not to allow our mind to go astray here and there. Absorb in Krishna more. And that is possible actually. Mahaprabhu said that when you become genuinely humble, then you can chant constantly, absorb your mind constantly. So the process is very simple. The application is difficult, Prabhupada said. The crux of all these things is ultimately the false pride, false ego, which we are holding on in this world. That becomes a barrier for us to receive Krishna's grace. Okay, any other questions, comments? Somebody is there? YouTube. They can ask questions on YouTube now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.